Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in case you're new here, karibu sana. Join the family by subscribing, and in case you've been here before and you've not turned on your notification bell, we're waiting for you. Just do it now. Do it right now. Anyway, so today we are going to talk about the post-pregnancy body changes, the postpartum body changes. I think that's the word, postpartum, but I prefer to say post-pregnancy because I don't know if I still fall postpartum 1.5 years later, but I think I do. But there are body changes that I did not expect to last this long. And so we are going to dive into that topic. The first noticeable change. I had this discussion on my Instagram account. If you don't follow me there at just Margie, go check out. We have very interesting daily conversations. So the first notable change, and I think you have seen them in many reels, is the boobs. Oh my God, from two inflated, full of life balloons to two deflated, not so full of life. Are they balloons anymore? I don't know. But I did not expect boobs to change that much. Let me tell you, as much as I watched those reels that demonstrate how your body changes after breastfeeding, personally, me, I didn't expect. I just thought people are, doing fun videos until my son stopped breastfeeding, and I'm like, what is happening? Who are these two people here right now? To be very honest, your boobs will change. A friend of mine told me that to counter this, you apply castor oil when you're breastfeeding, like you massage your boobs with castor oil when you're breastfeeding, like throughout your breastfeeding journey. I really don't know how true this is, and I would love someone to tell me if you've tried it, so that we can try it if we get other babies. I don't know if we will even recover after other babies. So if you've tried this castor oil hack, please let me know. And if you want to try, you're breastfeeding for the first time, maybe try and then let us know later if it saved your boobs, because some of us, things have never been the same again. That's the first notable change. Number 2, hips increase. I am not complaining at all, because my friends used to tell me I have an ass, but they used to say I don't have hips. And now I have hips, and I'm very happy about it. I don't know, I used to feel them increasing like during the pregnancy, but because you're big, you just don't notice. But it's physically expected that your hips have to increase so that they can make room for the baby to pass. So for that change, personally, I thank the Lord as my personal savior. It's a very good change. Have your hips changed? Let me know. Because consequently, someone told me their hips increased, but their ass became flat. For me, both just magnified gloriously. We thank the Lord. Number 3, ha. I did not expect my shoe size to change. How do you move from size 5 to size 6, even sometimes 6.5? Like, that was my change. I moved from 5 to 6.5. And every time I was ordering shoes after the baby came, I was in denial that I have moved from size 6, because in my head, I'll go back to 5. So I ended up ordering a lot of shoes still in size 5. Then when I want to wear them, I feel like they're pressing me, and I'm so confused. So 1.5 years later, I have made peace that I am no longer a size 5. I don't know what it is about the shoe size changing, but for me, that's very notable. I don't know if it will go back. I don't know if it consequently, with more babies, it just goes increasing, because God forbid, will I move from 5 to 8 in a few years? I don't know. But a friend of mine was joking how now she wears the same shoe as the man of the house, so she's not sure who's the man of the house anymore because of her shoe size. Wow, that is a big blow for me. That's a very big blow for me, the shoe size changing. Number 4, I used to know that I'll snap back like Beyonce. My friends, my tummy. My tummy has refused to go back. You know, people don't see my tummy because I dress well. And personally, I've embraced it. I'm like, okay, fine. I had 2 surgeries in 3 months, like the CS. And before the CS, I had an appendectomy. So they were all on my tummy. It's going through a rough time. It's just not going down. It's just not. I work out. I know I don't eat the healthiest. But even when I eat healthy, it's not actually going down. I don't know. Has your tummy gone down? Let me know. What did you do? And I understand that people tie your tummy after birth, but you know, CS moms, we can't do that per se. We can't really tie the tummy after a CS operation because you'll injure yourself. But even so, I know there are people who've had vaginal births and their tummies have not gone down. But I'm just being graceful with myself and giving it time because, man, for 9 months, it just went up and up and up. So I'm not going to expect it to snap back. But I would lie to you, I expected to snap back. I'm just a little bit slower in my snapback journey. Let me know, how is it? How's your tummy after birth? Did it go back? Like, what did you do for it to go back down? Where are you with your tummy? Like, have you embraced it? Because for me, I have found myself now dressing in ways that make my tummy feel better. Like if I was wearing a bodycon and my tummy is there, sometimes I'll just ignore, or sometimes I'll add like a little belt here and there. So I've just learned to embrace the body I am in so that I don't give undue pressure on such changes. Number 5, backaches. Backaches. Oh my God. I knew that after a surgery, you'd get backaches because I had so many women talking about it. But I just didn't know how intense they would be. So, brief summary, I had backaches for 1 year, around 3 months, 1 year, 3 months. And they were really bad. So, every night I used to massage my back with Kaluma. And that would relieve me, and then I go to bed. Until I went for physio, like I was picking my husband who was from physio, and then the physiotherapist asked me, like, you know, chit chat. How are you? How's life? How's the baby? You know, my husband talks about the baby. So I was like, yeah, it's going well, nini. And she's like, and how's your back? You know, you can come for a diagnosis. And I decided, okay, but then my back has been aching. Let me check in with a physiotherapist. And let me tell you, first, I didn't know I had recti diastasis. I think that's the spelling, which, you know, when you carry a pregnancy and then there's a space that just widens on your pelvis. What bone is this? I'll just put it on the screen, yeah? But I didn't know I had that, though it was not like so bad. It was not so badly off, but my tummy, like your muscles split into 2. So there's like a gap that doesn't come back, close up when the baby is out. So I didn't know I had that. And I didn't know after a C-section, you're supposed to at least go for physio so that, you know, your muscles can be pulled back down. For example, when you have a CS, they pull up 8 layers of your skin to remove the baby. So when they tie you up, not all the layers down there have gone back down. So she was describing like you have a piece of bed sheet here, and then you have papers crumbled here down. So it's never smooth as much as you're spreading the bed. So until you smoothen the muscles down here, like the papers are representing the muscle, until you smoothen them, then your bed sheet can be flat. So many women are actually going to the gym without knowing why their tummies are not actually reducing. It's because your muscles down there, especially if you had RCS, they're still very, you know, hula baloo. And with physio, which you should do sooner, there were massages that were designed to pull the muscles back. It was painful. I won't lie to you, the first 2 sessions were hella painful, very painful, but she was able to like massage my muscles to a point that I don't have backaches. So these muscles that are here, they were pulled up, they stretch all the way back. And that's why you find that you have massive backaches. It's one of the reasons. So I would advise you, by the way, if you're going through backaches, go for physiotherapy. Go check in, find out what you can do. Because for me, 3 months later, I won't lie to you, I'm feeling way better after the massages that were being done, which were hella painful, and also after the exercises that I was given to do. One other thing that I noticed that she told me is the more you're inactive as a mom, the more the back aches and the body aches increase, because your muscles are just lying there and you're gaining more weight than maybe your body can support. So it's also good to get active and do exercises tailored to help your backache. Please note, I was going to the gym before, but my backache was not reducing. So she had to tailor for me like exercises that I should not do, because then they stretch these muscles even further up or something. Like I can't do planks. I can do side planks, but not the middle planks yet, because they make the recti worse. So there are exercises that are actually designed for women going through backaches after birth, and you can get better. Let me tell you, 1 year, 6 months, 7 months later, I'm feeling way better. I don't have to sleep with Kaluma, actually. And all these muscles are connected, because my back was going painful all the way to my neck, my spine area. Woo! It was a whole hula baloo. So I would advise you, if you're going through backaches, check up a physiotherapist. I can share my physiotherapist number just for anyone who wants to check in. One more thing about the backaches, please remember to up your calcium intake through your diet and through supplements. It's actually very, very important. There's one thing I used to drink called molasses, black strap molasses. I think I got it from Healthy You. So like you just take 1 teaspoon in a cup of hot water. It's sweet, so, and you drink it because its calcium content is very high. And you can also buy calcium supplements. I still take calcium supplements, and I feel like they've done a lot for my body, especially post breastfeeding. So if you have backaches, see a physiotherapist, get the right supplements as well. Number 6, which for me is a body insecurity, your arms. My arms became bigger after pregnancy. Like I used to be really tiny generally, but I never had an insecurity of wearing sleeveless clothes. But right now, I'm actually very, very conscious about my arms. I don't know. I think it's related to all the weight gain that comes with pregnancy and everything. But my arms really changed. If there's just one thing I would want, is smaller arms. I always tell my gym instructor, please, I do not want my arms to get bigger. I want smaller arms, please. That's my goal. Yeah, so that's one thing for me. I don't know if you relate with it. Another thing, which now number 7, is general. My body size changed from a size 10/12 to 12/14. In fact, earlier on it was 14/16, but now I've lost a little bit of weight. I don't even know if I've lost weight. Have I even lost weight? But right now, I think I've toned a bit at size 12/14, and it comes with the challenges of buying clothes online for me. Like, buying clothes online is such a different ball game when you become a mom, because you don't know whether it will fit right. You're a size 12 until your stomach. You're a size 14 from your ass down. It's a little bit confusing where your sizes are, clashing. We don't know whether that point is still size 14 or 16 and then now moving back to 14. It's so confusing. Your body really changes. It really, really, really changes. It's just a matter of maybe changing your mindset to embrace the current situation is. Because let me tell you, me and my sister joke and we tell ourselves, maybe this is the thinnest you'll ever be. You know how you look at your photos and you're like, Kai, I was so thin. And that time you thought you were fat. So maybe, just maybe, this is the thinnest I'll ever be. So just embrace whatever stage you are, even if you wish to be somewhere else. Just don't make a big deal out of it. Number 8, which we now, I think, move to the mental changes. Your sleep patterns change. Your sleep patterns change mostly when it comes to pregnancy. Right from pregnancy, I think your body prepares you for the lack of sleep. Your body really works overtime, because there's a time insomnia hits. There's a time you're taking to short naps because you can't fall asleep at the time you were used to. And you think that is it until a baby comes and now you're sleeping according to the schedule of the baby, or if you sleep when the baby sleeps, which is also another scam. But I would say your sleep patterns change because of pregnancy and birth. The birth of your baby will change your sleep patterns, and it's going to take a lot of deliberate effort to make your pattern healthier, because lack of sleep over time and over time and over time gives birth to insomnia. You will not sleep just because you need sleep, because you are not sleeping. For me, my sleep pattern changed, not only, especially during pregnancy and then after the birth of the baby, and then the baby not like waking up, to feed and everything. You take time falling asleep, you take time waking up, as in it's a whole mess. Your sleep pattern is really going to change, and it's going to take a deliberate effort. So for me, once I sleep trained my child, now my sleep pattern was still a mess. So I needed to sort of sleep train myself, which involved getting into healthier habits of cutting my phone time, screen time before bed, at least 1 hour before bed, trying to take yourself to bed even at the time you want to go to bed. Like if you want to go to bed at 10, you need to go to bed at 10. Even if you're not sleepy, just be in the right position, right place, so that sleep can come later. So that is one notable change, and most moms will notice that their sleep patterns have changed, but it's gonna take deliberate effort, because insomnia is not cool. Insomnia is not cool, especially when you have a baby who wakes up very early, because they've already finished sleeping. And if you have work, please work on your sleep. If it's getting bad, it's gonna get worse. Another notable change that I have found, and this is mostly again back to skin, is that your skin darkens during pregnancy, and then you expect once the baby is out, your skin will magically go back. I think it's called melasma or something. My neck changed, but even my face changed. Like the last weeks, I was a little bit more dark. I was darker actually going to give birth. But then I expected this to settle back quite fast. And I noticed right after the birth of my son, my skin was a little bit rough. That's where I bought, I think, a gentle scrub that I could use every day. I think Cetaphil was the brand or something. But then the discoloration, oh my God, the discoloration is something else. I started being very deliberate with my skincare after the birth of my baby. Before, I was not, there was not too much going on. But my skincare, I had to be very deliberate with it after the birth, because one, the darkness, two, the texture, I felt like it was a bit rough. So once I started scrubbing, using a very gentle scrub every day, that resolved. But the discoloration, especially for the neck, not yet. So generally my skin is not at a bad place 1.5 years later, though I can say my neck is still not where it used to be. But this discoloration and everything, those are the things that made me deliberate about adding a vitamin C serum, because it brightens your skin, getting the right products for your face. And when it comes to the face, please note, you're supposed to wash until the neck, because they're the most exposed areas. And you find that with pregnancy, they're the places that change very much. So yeah, I didn't know that 1.5 years later I'd be still dealing with a bit of a dark neck, but it's getting better. Please note that one takes time. Just get your products right for your issue. I think you can do a consultation at Bandari Beauty. It's going to be very helpful, but it's gonna take time. It's going to really take time, like mine has taken time, but it's going to get better if you are consistent. The second last point, I think, I didn't know. I used to think people just are making excuses about the mommy brain, but let me tell you, the mom brain is quite something. One, you have a lot of things in your head at the same time, and then you will just forget. You will forget to call someone, you will forget to reply to a message, but in your head you have done all these things, or you need to do them, but you forget so much. And one more thing that changed in my brain is I can't concentrate watching a movie that much. Like for me 1 hour is just, we're pushing it. Even 40 minutes, like please, you're pushing me. So let's just watch a series and then give it a break, watch another episode. But my brain has changed. I did not know that it would change. But now I get my mom. My mom never used to watch movies from start to end. She would sleep because she has not slept for so many years, or because something happened to her brain. Me, I don't know, but I need someone who's a doctor to explain to us, like, scientifically, what happens to our brain, because we forget, and then we have a lot of things to do that are just running in our heads. We need to feed the baby. I need to make supper. I need to do this. I need to call nanny. I need to text. The mom brain is a very busy brain. Very busy brain, and it's serious because it affects your concentration in the present. My husband talks to me and wonders, did you hear what I said? I'm like, please just start again from this point. That's where you lost me. Like, it's something very serious that I still don't know the scientific explanation, but it needs one. The last one, which is again still on mental health and everything, anxiety. Hey, I didn't know, like, 1.5 years later I'd still be facing some level of anxiety. Please note, it's gotten better just because I've taken deliberate measures of dealing with it, one including therapy, so that you are in control and know that whatever you can't control, you need not worry about it too much. But let me tell you, anxiety levels, for me, anxiety is triggered by very small things. E.g., I cannot stand any scary movie. I cannot stand too many gunshots in a movie. They make me anxious to another level. So that was one of the points of, clashing with my husband, because we used to watch movies together. Now he selects a movie and I'm like, no, remove that thing. That thing is just too loud. Anxiety has messed movie night for me, because one, he has to be very deliberate about what movies he's choosing, because me, I prefer happy-go-lucky, something calm. And we can't even put the volume past 10. At 10, we are stretching it. 8 at night. 8, please, let's chase there. Loud things creep me out. Everything can be a trigger. And then, I don't know. But anxiety when you become a mom is just something that I don't understand. I don't know if it ever goes away, because looking back, I can see where my mom had levels of anxiety, and now I understand them. But then I was not understanding. But it takes deliberate effort to get better. You can just be anxious if something falls because someone will wake the baby up, and you will overreact. And it's normal for moms, apparently. So yeah, those are some of the changes I am still experiencing 1.5 years later, postpartum. And the journey is not easy, but I believe in sharing so that someone can know maybe they're not alone. Because personally, I used to wonder, why am I not the one snapping back? So if you're many, it feels better. I hope you related with this video. Let me know in the comment section any postpartum changes you've experienced, are still experiencing, how many years later, and how your journey is. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. See you in the next one.